Hey everybody, Red X Rain here. Welcome back to my Let's Play. Let's play every Star Wars game ever. This time finishing up, I think, 1991's NES version of Star Wars. Right, so I'm gonna stick with Han here, I think. Actually, you know what? Let's check out Princess Leia. And again, we get her own kind of little remix of a theme when we select her. Again, I was talking about this last time. So the three characters kind of run the spectrum. So Leia is the fastest and can jump the furthest and everything, but she has the weakest weapon. Luke's sort of in the middle, kind of like the most balanced. Han is can take the most damage, but is also the slowest, but has the strongest blaster. So I'm actually gonna go with Luke, obviously here. But I think I'll probably be switching around a lot in this level, because there's certain advantages to some characters over others. There we go. For different parts of this. So last time I was talking about some interesting sort of like connections to other LucasArts games, and kind of like building kind of like the, I don't know if I want to call it like the dream team, but kind of like the core team of things. And I talked about like Killer Redmare and Kalani Stryker, who worked on LucasArts stuff, specifically Star Wars stuff for Stryker. But I forgot to mention also that, and I guess it's pretty. It is pretty good. I think this game looks. The game looks good. This game, Star Wars. And I was really surprised to find out as I was sort of like looking through some of the credits, and I was like, no, like the same, like. Oh, listen to Princess Leia's cute little blast here. Yeah. I don't know. They really should have made her a little bit more of a badass character. But again, I guess I get it. Like, they just wanted to have kind of like the balance of a fast character that's not that strong versus a strong character that's not that fast. But as you can see, like, her jumping is like unbelievable. Like, just zooming through that area where I just was. Okay, I gotta really time this one here. There we go. So yeah, when you gotta make those quick, fast, long jumps, man, she's the best. Look at that. Woo! Just like jumped over a ton of stuff. Oh, the garbage box robot. That's my favorite robot. My favorite droid from Star Wars. I don't know, it always reminds me of like walking garbage cans. But yes, before I forget about him again, the sort of like head artist on this game was Gary Winnick, who would go on, or I shouldn't say go on because it came out a little bit before this. He also worked on Maniac Mansion and was kind of like more the artist side of things. But right, him and Ron Gilbert basically created Maniac Mansion. Oh shoot, I'm all the way back here. Great. So yeah, so now I gotta go and revive Leia. Yeah, so again, there's sort of an interesting kind of partnership there. Again, all part of kind of like the LucasArts family of products and everything. So a lot of core people working together on this. I feel like largely forgotten game. I feel like no one ever really talks about this NES version of Star Wars. I mean, it's not perfect, but it does some very interesting novel things. I mean, well, first of all, it does stay pretty true to the license itself. Oh, by the way, speaking of licenses, I feel like I have to talk about this too. So, another sort of company that had their hand in the sort of co-development of this game, it was co-developed, I guess, by Beam Software, which was a company, especially like in the late 80s and early 90s, known for a lot of licensed games. They did like the Hunt for Red October game. They did a couple of wrestling games. I think WCW, a couple of WCW games. A video game version of True Lies, which I had never played, but I just saw it on their credits. And I was like this wrestling? Like, yeah. Apparently it's just like a standard run and gun kind of game, which, you know, I guess. But kind of like, I think, unfortunately, oh crap. Oh, wow, look at that. How she just floated up there. Interesting. Very floaty controls. But yeah, unfortunately, I mean, and they developed some really good stuff too. Beam. Beam in like the 80s, in the early 80s, they made like a text adventure version of The Hobbit, which is like really widely regarded as like being like one of the best text adventure games ever. I've never played it, but I've heard that it has that reputation. But I think what they'll forever be known for... Oh, of course, we have to fight the... what's it called? The Wow. Okay. Great. Everyone calls it like the trash compactor monster. What's it called? The Demigorgon? No, that's from that's from Stranger Things. By the way, if you have not watched Stranger Things, you need to get your life together and watch Stranger Things. Now I'm thinking of the Demigorgon. There you go. It's a simple matter of time. You just got to jump up here and hit the eye once. Not too bad. I made it look harder than it really was. The Dagabug. I think that's what that monster is called. Someone's gonna correct me in the comments. I know it, you Star Wars fans. I mean, I'm a fan too. I don't know why I can't think of the name of the trash compactor monster. Okay, this level is really hard because it's a lot of blind jumps, and a lot of those blind jumps involve avoiding these instant death spikes. And there's a lot of these those vacuum tube things going on that will pretty much if you don't jump off early enough, and again the first time you play it, you don't even know it's coming, it'll just throw you into a spike and you instantly die. So that's fun. Oh, I want to say my quick thing about Beam. So yeah, I mean they made some pretty good stuff. I would say they probably peaked in the 80s with apparently The Hobbit. By the way, there's one of those tubes that will suck you up into spikes at the very top, and then you instantly die. There's spikes up there. So you better get off early enough. See, right over there. But yeah, I would say they probably peaked, quite honestly, in the 80s. I'm sure there's probably gonna be someone who's like, no, this game is great, you forgot about this one. I'm sorry, I don't know them all. But kind of I think their most infamous game, which is a bad thing, is they made the Back to the Future game for the NES. They also made Back to the Future 2 and 3, but no one ever really talks about those games. I don't know if they're good or not. But yeah, Back to the Future, the original NES game, pretty much widely regarded as one of the worst... Well, I think regarded as one of the worst NES games. Definitely one of the worst, if not the worst, licensed NES game. Just terrible. Maybe I'll have to do a short video on it for a Terrible Tuesday or something, which I haven't done in a long time, but a very sordid history for Beam Software. Alright, so I think I'm almost at the end here of this area, and I think there's only one more level after this, and then we got again, big spoiler alert, we have to play the trench scene. Oh, this is the worst part. Okay. Went through a lot of lives. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. God damn it. I'm gonna try this with... It's probably a bad idea, but I'm gonna try it with Leia, because she's a little bit floatier, so maybe I can jump off earlier? Okay, never mind. Okay, sticking with Han. There you go, you gotta... That's the trick, is you can't just go straight to the right. You have to drop from the first one a little bit to actually lose momentum. Oh, that is probably the hardest part in the whole game, as far as, a platform. Yeah, it's platforming. Oh, great. I thought that Stormtrooper was just gonna not show up. Of course, the second I drop down, he does. Something I didn't mention before, I've been talking so much... Oh, by the way, we want to kind of get this guy aggravated here a little bit, and just jump over him. You might be able to kill it? I don't think so. I think it's an impossible enemy. Oh, let's switch before Leia gets shot and killed. Ah, crap. I'm not gonna grab that extra life. It's not worth it, because here's basically the end of the level, so... I got enough continues that I don't need... Why is it not going? Pressing up. Oh, okay. You have to be by the bay door or whatever. Forgot. Oh, that's right. Okay, so we actually get... Okay, that's right. We get to do another one of these first-person shooting from the cockpit kind of things. And here I think they automatically give you the full 8 health bars at the top, regardless of how many you got from the first part of the game with the, in the caves and the shields and everything. That only applies apparently to the asteroid field part. This part's hard. I'm not sure exactly if there's like a specified number of ties that you have to shoot down, or if it's just you have to kind of survive a certain amount of time. I want to say it's more that. But obviously you want to shoot as many ties down as you can, especially these ones that hang around and keep shooting their whatever, not laser beams. What do ties shoot? I don't know. They shoot you. This is not going to go well. I think I'm probably going to die right around here. Maybe I can... Oh, maybe. Oh, okay. The percent completion thing in this game is kind of weird because, like... But this is, like, almost the end of the game, but, like, basically the percent completion thing is, like, a matter of, who you rescue and who you don't rescue and that kind of stuff. But it's all very, like, inconsistent. It's like, rescuing Obi-Wan is, like, 5%, but rescuing R2 is, like, 20%, and meeting Han is, like, 8%. Like, it's just, like, arbitrarily just, like... I mean, I don't know that that's the exact numbers, but I'm just saying, like, it's all kind of over the place. It's not like meeting a character gets you 15% regardless of who the character is. Because again, I think you can... Well, no, you... Do you have to rescue Princess Leia? I don't know. Do you have to meet Han's... I think you have to meet Han to unlock the hangar. That'd be weird if you wouldn't. I don't know. I should actually kind of maybe go back and try and, like, intentionally skip stuff and see, like, what's the minimum amount of stuff you have to do to complete the game. But that would just aggravate me so much as a completionist. I don't think I can do it. Okay, I'm doing a lot better here. I think I got it this time. Which is, I know, like, the last thing you're supposed to say. Like, when you're playing a video game, like, okay, I got it this time. That's when you don't get it. That's when you mess up really bad. So I was talking about how, very briefly earlier, I had mentioned, like, I think this game is, like, largely forgotten, but I think that's maybe kind of only a sort of recent thing, because it was actually a player's choice game, and was re-released in, like, 96 or 97 or something like that. So it's... Oh, is that it? Oh, I think that's it. Awesome. Wow. By the skin of my teeth on that one, I did. Perfect. Oh, you get a little animated cutscene here. Look at those X-Wings look pretty good in the back. Way to go, Gary. No sound, though, which is really awkward, I think. Oh, that's right. Now we get to do the... Okay. Okay, now we get another... So basically, this game goes from being like a standard platform most of the time to now being like a first-person... Not flight simulator sort of thing, but like a space shooter. First-person space shooter. This is a lot easier than the Millennium Falcon one, for sure. But as you can see, we still have health. Now it's just at the bottom. Or, well, the middle of the screen, I guess. Sort of the bottom of that top window. But this game, in addition to being like a player's choice game, and like I said, I think it was, maybe it wasn't even 95, because 96 sounds really late for something like that. But but it was ported a lot, and so it had like a long shelf life in that way. There was a Game Boy version, which came out like a year after this one did in '92. I think it was even November of '92. Get a screenshot of that. I haven't played it, but it looks okay. But I'm sure it's very simplified from this because it's a Game Boy and smaller screens and everything. There was a Game Gear version, which we got here in the US and in Europe, and that came out in '93, and that one looks pretty sharp. And I think it has a bonus level to it, where you start as Princess Leia, which is kind of interesting. I haven't been able to find it, so maybe one day I'll kind of come back and do like a bonus episode kind of thing. And then also in '93, because I think it didn't do so well here, the Sega Master System didn't do so well in the States its first run, so in Europe they got a Master System port of this game, which plays exactly the same, but has more of that Master System look with like more like bold, intense colors, whereas the NES kind of went for more of the like variety of color to kind of suggest contrast. But of course, the Sega's design, especially be true like in the Sega Genesis or version, they always kind of went for like the big, bold, like kind of like aggressive kind of coloring, sort of meeting that kind of like branding sort of thing. But anyway, so here we are in the gotta have a trench sequence, right? It wouldn't be a Star Wars game if there wasn't a trench sequence, and it's tough. But I have enough continues. I should be able to make it. So obviously, bumping into any walls is like instant death. These TIE fighters, you can run into them a little bit. They take away health. Of course, them shooting you takes away a little bit of health. But usually, generally, you don't have to worry too much about the TIEs. It's more about your real enemy here is running into the walls or whatever. This drove me nuts when I was playing because I didn't know that when you get to the trench there, that's it. It doesn't really show you that like for a long time. Like, so basically that level just repeats like that. I was playing, I kid you not, for like 30 minutes, and I made it through like probably 8 or 10 like runs of the same looping stuff. I think they vary it up a little bit, like it randomizes a little bit. Boy, I wish I would have known all you have to do is shoot that's the exhaust port. But that was probably the hardest part of the game for me, and it's ironically, it's one of like the easier parts of the game. Like took me, I mean, I died once, but it took me like 45 seconds. Oh boy. So final percentage. Okay, I did get 100%. So yeah, completionist, woo! Even though I didn't get that one shield, apparently that's not part of the completion percentage. But anyway, I'll take it. I'll take it, game. I'll take my 100% completion. So yeah, that's it. That is Star Wars 1991 version for the NES. Well, it was also on the Famicom, but it was just to differentiate from that really weird 87 version for the Famicom. So I guess I've said all there is to say about this. So as always, thanks for watching. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. I do always appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time when we take on another NES Star Wars game. So until then, may the Force be with you.